Hello everyone, thank you for clicking on this video. I know you're probably thinking, how is this 19-year-old going to give me any life advice, but we'll get into that. I'll be giving you some life advice based on my own story, what's happened to me. All this is live, by the way, I'm not editing, this is live gameplay. You stick around to just listen for like 5 to 10 minutes, maybe 10 minutes. We give you some life advice throughout my story as a young 19-year-old man, freshly 19. And this is mainly be about relationship advice and how to deal with hardship and what it means. How it's not actually a bad thing to be broken. Okay. So, this all started off whenever I was 17 years old. And I met this girl. And she's the most amazing woman I've ever met in my entire life. First person I ever felt true love for. Okay. I met her. We were talking for a while. And we started talking, and eventually I asked her to be my girlfriend. She said yes. I thought she was the most beautiful woman I've ever met in my entire life. She was the sweetest, kindest soul ever. I loved her. She was the first person I ever loved. And it was great. We spent every moment together. We were going along strong, some arguments and stuff, but that's all normal for a relationship. And I'm not gonna say the entire relationship. Let's just skip about 7 months into the relationship. And I know she starts acting more dry with me, okay? And I want you to all think about what I'm saying, and I want you to take it into your own life advice, into your future. And she became more dry and distant, making up excuses for why she could not talk. And eventually, I got a message from a guy asking if me and her were dating. And I was like, yeah. And then he said, well, she told me a different story. And so my heart sank to my chest immediately, into my stomach immediately. I just knew where this was going. I already knew what was happening, and I was tearing up. I'm going to be completely open in this video, and I never even thought this was possible. I never even thought this in my head that this would be an outcome, because I trusted her so much, And I asked her about it, and she said, oh, I don't know that guy, I don't know anything. And I was just in a different mindset. I was like, don't fucking lie to me. I got really angry, which I've really never done before to her. And I pressed her on it, and eventually she admitted it. She admitted that she was cheating on me. And I had a little bit of a bitch moment. I was crying, and I said, how could you do this to me? Number one advice, okay, go ahead and learn from my mistakes. Do not try to find a reason within kind of people that would cheat on you and destroy you and break the trust that you held sacred to your heart. Sacred to your heart. The number one person in your life, the person you're supposed to love and cherish the most, if they can betray you like that, do not try to find any logical reasoning in why they could, because that kind of person has no reasoning. Because if they were a mature, normal human, they would have broken things off with you whenever they didn't feel that kind of contact with you. And so what I did, I just blocked her and everything. I lost all contact. Never contacted her again, never said anything, but this is where the good part of the story goes. This is where it all goes uphill, guys, and this is where I want you to start paying attention and listening and taking my advice for a word into your heart. Being utterly broken and destroyed as a man, it sucks. That's how I was. I was completely destroyed and devolved of anything. I dropped out of college. I shaved my head. I started drinking. I was extremely depressed. I remember every time I would think about it, I would get this feeling in my stomach, and it was so bad, the anxiety, that I would begin to throw up. I'd throw up like 6 to 8 times a day. I lost over like 70 pounds. I was starving myself. I was disgusted. I didn't want to talk to any other humans. I couldn't even go near my PC because my hands typed on this keyboard. The messages that I sent to her, staying up all night, talking to her. I couldn't get in my car. I felt sick. I was just throwing up. The anxiety was killing me. Eventually I started working out. I started getting really big into fitness and just running. My mind couldn't think of anything when I was running because I was so focused on breathing and the tiredness and the pain. I'd wake up at 4 a.m. sometimes, just go out on a run, And it's probably been about 7 months since she's cheating on me, and not a day goes by without me thinking about it. Without the anger, the hate. And I've devolved into hatred myself. I'm a very hateful and spiteful person because of this, and I will admit that, but I recognize it's not a good thing. Well, what you need to take into consideration is being destroyed. It opens up something in you that nothing else will. You cannot change yourself more than you can whenever everything is broken down. Whenever you're broken down as a man and totally and utterly destroyed as a human being, you can rebuild yourself from the ground up. That's what I did. You know, I started believing in God again. I started going to church every Sunday, built a community. I stopped drinking as much. I still drink sometimes. I stopped masturbating. I stopped watching pornography. I stopped doing degenerate shit. I stopped thinking in ways that I would. I stopped getting so emotional over pointless things. I started maturing. And if any of you are going through anything like this, I wish you the best, man. And this is where you can click off the video if that's what you just wanted. But I'm just going to keep talking because I'm having a good time talking. I'm just rambling, you know. People need to think to themselves to not fear pain. Like, you might be scared to get into a relationship, like I am too. I'm scared to get into a relationship because of that pain. But just know that pain... Look, life is a gift. It's a gift from God. Life is suffering. Suffering is a gift. Suffering is a blessing in disguise. The more you suffer, the more you can grow and become a stronger person and mature. And so, next time you're in pain or you're scared, you're in public, you know. You don't like talking to people. You know, we're all Gen Z here. We don't like to approach people because we're all on our phones. And you're scared of the rejection? Do it. What's the worst that can happen? I know people say that, and people, like women, will like post you on their story and say, "Why would this loser ask me out?" It's shame and embarrassment. Hold it in your heart. Hold it true in your heart, and allow it to reshape the very man that you are. Now, being rejected isn't going to make you reshape or rethink your life, but over a certain number of times that you're rejected, look inward. Look at, what are you doing wrong? Am I asking out the wrong type of women? Am I looking for short-term gratification in women, like sexually pleasing things in their body, in their picture? Are you looking for the most attractive woman and ignoring the one that you wouldn't consider the most attractive woman on earth, but you would not know that because you have not seen inside of her. You have not seen into her soul. I'll tell you something. All these women, not every single one of them is going to sound misogynistic, but a lot of these women who are extremely beautiful, they get told this every single day. You know, as guys, like, if you're like a top 10% guy, you probably get a lot of compliments from women. Most men, if we get complimented in public, we cherish that in our heart for a very long time, because it's like it's a very rare thing. I remember the first time I ever got complimented in public, it was this, I think 21-year-old Russian immigrant that I worked at a gas station or grocery store, and she called me handsome, and I still remember that to this day. And I was probably like 16, 17 years old, and I'm 19 now. So for men, it's a very different kind of thing to be complimented. But you gotta remember that these women are complimented almost every single day of their lives. People come up to them, and you're competing against all these people to be the best. Whenever you're going for the very top women, but if you can get to know women who do not have that ego, because a lot of them do build an ego, not all of them, but a lot of them do. You need to look past the simple things like the appearance or the look, and just give it a chance, man. Just talk to someone. Talk to someone you didn't think you'd really talk to. I'm not saying to go to someone you don't find attractive, but maybe don't go for the top 1% woman every single time. This is something that I feel like porn does to a lot of men, is it makes them overly selective about the kind of partner they want to get, because they're only thinking with their cock. Do not think with only your cock, because that's how you see these marriages. Like the really hot wife you'll see, and she's like an utter bitch. Like, I'm not saying that all men are bitches, like, I'm just saying that the wife is a bitch, she's an asshole. And it becomes a very unhappy marriage, because that man was thinking with his cock, and he was not thinking in the long-term future that he's going to have children with this woman. He's not going to think about what are her attributes, really. And that's my mistake, is I thought she was a very sweet and good woman, but I was blinded by love and lust mixed into one, melded into one into my heart, and that made my vision cloudy, and it really damaged my soul, my brain. I still have like trauma from it. It's kind of an exaggerative word, but I have trauma from this kind of that kind of woman, that what she did to me. It broke me. And that would have all been avoided if I just saw the red flags and saw, this woman, she has a lot of bad qualities that I knew would bite me in the ass, but I looked it over for love and lust mixed into my heart, welded into one. It is one of the most toxic combinations of emotions you can ever feel, or feelings, is love and lust melded into your heart. It overtakes your mind. It makes you seek out that short-term gratification instead of having a long, fulfilling relationship for your entire life. You think about her butt or her ass or how good she looks or what she would do for you sexually, instead of actually thinking about, what can this woman provide me in my life? How can she better me? How can I better her? Because whenever God created Adam, Adam was incomplete. He was missing a part of him. And so God took Adam's rib and created Eve. And in Eve completed Adam, and in Adam completed Eve. It's the same way for any man and woman, is that you need that woman or that man to complete you. You need that person to complete you because they make you a better person. But it has to be the right kind of person. You know, you don't want the Eve that would force you to bite the apple. You want the Eve that would cherish you, love you, and you want women, if any women are listening, you want the Adam that's going to protect you, care for you, do its best for you, listen to you, provide for you. And all the men listen, you want an Eve who is also going to provide for you, love you, make you feel wanted. That's the kind of things you should look in for some people. Is a lot of things we think will complete us. We lust, or not lust, we yearn over worldly items like money, fame, power, a new house, a new car. When we get a new watch, I need this new promotion so I can afford this new Tesla I got. But these things will never complete you. They're just worldly things. It's greed. You think that these short-term gratification, lowly worldly items can complete you, but they simply cannot. Because these things are of earth, and these things will not help you. It's kind of like a Buddhist mindset, but I'm a Christian. I do find a lot of good attributes of Buddhism, though, because everything that you want in life is what's making you sad. Everything that you desire love, but you want short-term gratification. You don't want to find a soulmate, because it's going to take a long time and a lot of power and it's going to take a lot of struggle and energy from you. You want money, you want physical items. These things, no matter how cool they seem, like right now you're thinking, if I was rich, man, that'd be so good. We all do, because being rich, it would be nice, but it also corrupts the soul. As you see, do you see how all the rich people, like we all think that they're evil, and we think that this is like some special case with all the rich people because they're all evil? I think that we're really just seeing humans, the average human, whenever we put them in a higher state above other humans, with money, with wealth, with power. With money comes power. And when you give the average human these things, it consumes them, rots them. It's in every human, I believe. Not every single one, but a lot of them, most of them. I think the majority of humans are evil. But not evil in the sense that they're going to kill people, they're going to do all this, but evil in the sense that their morals, the things that they say out of their mouth, they're like, oh, doing this is wrong. The rich, they do this, I would never do that. And then whenever those average people, because the rich aren't some specialty, they are just humans with a lot of money, they become evil and corrupted. It's not just the rich people, it's everyone. So think about that before you want to be rich, be a millionaire. You think you'll be one of the good ones. You probably won't. But if I want you to take anything away from this video, this rant, leave a like. If I get like 5-10 likes, I'll do another one. I want to see people actually enjoy this or watch this at all. But I want you to all take into your heart from this video, physical worldly items like money, power, riches, house, cars, they might give you something, but they will never complete you in life. And also, do not look for short-term gratification, lustful things inside of women. Look for things that you can cherish forever. Do not look at her boob size. Look at what she can provide for you. What can she do for you? And then women, what can he do for you? How does he make you a better person? How does he complete you? You know? People, they go together. Some things clash and some things they meld together into this great beauty. that we see in the synchronization of man and woman. And if you can find the right woman out there to complete you, it will do everything for you. And if you can find the right man to complete you, it can do everything for you. Okay? I hope everyone listening, if any, I hope you took something away from this video. I hope you apply it to your real life. And this is the life advice a 19-year-old can give you. Good day, y'all.